It'd help if I was prepared for this before I clicked record. Remember that. Alright guys, welcome to Multifamily Mafia. Jordan Stanley Payne here. Before we dive in, I wanted to give a shout out to some of my international users. Canada doesn't really count. Big shout out to our guys in Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Ghana, Spain, Saudi Arabia. I had no freaking clue how many people in Saudi Arabia were listening to this show. No clue at all. Nepal, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Japan, Russia, Switzerland, Poland, Sweden, Ireland, United Kingdom. I think that's it, guys. Appreciate you. I had no clue that this show was reaching that many people. It's exciting to me. I appreciate you guys supporting the vision and the movement. The vision is there's a lot of really, really bad information out there that is being taught a very specific way that is very, very old. It's very, very old content. It's not relevant anymore, especially when it comes to wholesaling. Drives me insane. I know you guys know that. I know you've heard me talk about that a million times on here. So I'm doing this because I want people to learn how to do real estate, not the popular way, not the cool way, not the way your guru taught you, not the way you learned on YouTube, your Facebook group. I want you to learn real estate the real way from people that are actually doing big stuff in real estate. Am I doing big stuff in real estate? It's been a few, to be honest with you. I'm at a point in my real estate career where I don't necessarily have to hustle or grind or get out there for 23 hours a day doing shit. I'm kind of beyond that. I'm not trying to sound cool. It's just kind of where I'm at. It's not as exciting to me as it used to be. Let's say that. I've got other business ventures going on. I've got other things in my life going on that are demanding more attention than the need to go out and buy real estate. I'm at a point where my passive income is kick ass, and I don't quote unquote have to go out and do stuff. Alas, this podcast is about real estate, so I am going to say some shit about real estate today. I don't think I've talked about mobile homes, and a lot of people completely push mobile homes to the side because it's not as sexy as a single family or a multifamily or a condo. People perceive mobile homes as dirty, redneck, white trash, unworthy of their time or their attention, so they blow right past them, and they miss a lot of phenomenal opportunities to build wealth. I love mobile homes. Some of my first properties were mobile homes. One of my most recent properties was a mobile home. The reason why I love mobile homes and the reason why I operate in this space, although I can do huge multifamily, mobile homes are just kind of fun for me. It's a different dynamic. It's a very, very unique asset class. It's 180 degrees different than single family and multifamily. Car washes, storage units, all that stuff. So it took me a little bit of time, I'm not going to lie, but I started to understand what that asset class was and what that demographic was. And for the most part, these are people that, I'm just going to come out and say it, they probably can't afford to get into a single family. They have bad credit. They don't have a ton of money. Maybe they screwed something up. Maybe they've got a judgment against them or a lien against them. But in no way, shape, or form does that mean that they're bad people. No way, shape, or form does it even mean that they're broke. It means that they don't necessarily qualify for a traditional option. So I'm gonna share my first mobile home deal and my most recent mobile home deal, and I want to show you the power of this. Guys, I hope you're listening to me. Even if you're a wholesaler, even if you're buy and hold, if you're fix and flip, if you're a real estate agent, focus for a second and hear me on this. My very first mobile home deal, I was driving around in the very, very small town that I live in now, Columbus, Montana. Don't come looking for me, haters. You'll probably find me, but don't come looking for me. I was driving around and I was brand new in real estate, like brand new. maybe a month, maybe 2 or 3 months, I don't remember, but it was really, really new to me. And all I knew was to look for shitty properties. Some of you guys are probably there. All I know is shitty properties. Really quick, guys, you can wholesale whatever fucking kind of property you want. It doesn't have to be shitty. It can be a $55 million beautiful, spectacular mansion. You're not looking for shitty properties, you're looking for problems, okay? So everybody that's only focused on shitty properties, I'm gonna kick your ass because I have no problem going after mansions and beautiful condos and resorts and shit like that. We're looking for problems that people are having, not problem properties, if that makes any sense. But this is before I knew that. Driving around, I found a mobile home that I'd driven by it a million times, and I never really knew, I'd never noticed it. So, I didn't understand how to look up properties. I didn't understand how to find the owner. So I knocked on the door of the neighbor, and they said, "Oh, that Larry owns that. He owns that mobile home, and he owns the land that that mobile home and the couple next to it are on." I said, "Great. What's Larry's number?" I got his number, and Larry agreed to meet me, like literally like 20 minutes later at this mobile home. So I met with Larry, and he said, again, problem people, not problem property. He said, "Hey, look, man, this was my wife's project. She passed away kind of unexpectedly, and since she's passed away, the tenant that was living here also passed away. Seems like there's a lot of death around this property. And the property had a decent roof. It had good, we call it bones, had good bones, but I mean, it was very, very dated, and it was full of stuff. Needed cleared out. I'm not going to call it a hoarder property, but there was a lot of stuff in there. So Larry proceeds to tell me that he'll give it to me for free. For free. Huh. But you guys didn't know you could do that, huh? He said, you can have it for free. You can keep it here. You don't have to move it. But here's the deal. In 2 months, you need to start paying me lot rent. Lot rent is, I think it was $200. This particular mobile home was a 3-bed, 1-bath, and it would have rented for $700 to $800. So I thought I'm like, man, shit, okay. And I heard somewhere, I think it was maybe my mentor at the time, maybe it was a book, but I heard somewhere to ask this question, and so I did it. This was the first time I ever tried it. What else do you have? He said, hey, hop in the truck. So I jumped in his truck and drove across town. It didn't take very long. It's a tiny town. And he proceeds to show me another mobile home that did not need work. I had been recently remodeled. New carpet, it had been painted, blah, blah, blah. It was in great shape. And that one had also been sitting vacant for about a year. I said, great, I'll take it for free as well. And he said, hey, whatever, I gave you the first one for free. This one's in great shape. So I had no clue what the hell I was doing, right? I'm brand new. I said, and I literally, the number I gave him was literally what I had in my bank account. All of it, I said, I'll give you $3,000 for both of them. He said, okay. So here now I have my first, I think this was technically my first personal buy and hold. I have 2 mobile homes, one of them that is tenant ready, and one of them that needed a lot of work. So the one that needed a lot of work, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, look at me. Right? I'm not a contractor, I'm not a handyman. I'm fucking drop dead handsome. But I'm not that guy that knows how to go out and work on an engine or knows how to go out and re-roof a property. That's not me. And even if it was me, I wouldn't pay for that I wouldn't do that shit myself. I'd pay for it. I'd outsource it. Hashtag 5-week scaling academy. Hashtag starts in 20 days. I'm excited for that. So I attempt to start working on this property. I cleared it out. It took no skill at all. I cleared it all out. And the items in the mobile I sold, I think I made $500 on the stuff in the mobile home. I'm gonna start keeping tally of this for you guys really quick. I made $500 on the random crap. Some of it was antiques. Some of it was cool and I sold it. Some of it was cool and I kept it. So I've got it cleared out. I start painting it. I rip the carpet out. I take the carpet to, the dump, whatever. And I get to the point where I figure out I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know how to install new carpet, you know? And again, I was brand new in real estate. I didn't have a ton of money. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna see if I can't sell this as a partially, quote unquote, gutted mobile home. So I found a guy and I sold it for, I'm trying to remember so I don't lie to you guys. I think I sold it for, let's just say $2,000, okay? I think it was $2,000, maybe it was a little bit more. Let's just say $2,000. So, I'm up $2,500 on this kind of crappy mobile home. The guy I sell it to goes in and completely remodels it. It looks beautiful. He's doing a great job with it. So I'm up $2,500 and I still have this other mobile home that, needs a tenant, blah, blah, blah. So I find a tenant and I think I rented it for $750. And I rented it for $750 for I think 10 months. So that's what, 7,500? 750 times 10? 7,500 is what I collected in rent over the course of 10 months. Why was it 10 months? Was that a preconceived idea? No, that's just what it ended up being. My tenant was leaving. I had a roof issue that I did not know how to fix. I tried to fix it, and I think this is the only time that I've almost ever gotten hypothermia or frostbite. It was the middle of winter in Montana. I was up there, it was wet, it was cold, the temperature was dropping, and I was basically coating the top of this mobile home with some clear sealant. And at that point in time, I said, look, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? Like, I couldn't feel my hand, guys. Like, I was not in a good spot. My younger brother had, he's a roofer, he tried to, walk me through it. It was stupid. So, whatever. I decide, the tenant was moving. I decide, you know what the hell am I doing? I'm going to sell this mobile home. So I listed it on Craigslist and on Facebook, and sure as shit, I sell it for, I think I sold it for $8,000. The guy that I sold it to ended up moving it. So guys, I'm up 8 and 8, 16. I'm up quite a bit. I'm at 10, 17. I made, I think, $18,000 on my first mobile home transaction in 10 months. Not bad, right? So guys, there's a lot of power in these cheap little assets. Is there a headache? Hell yes. Is it worth it? Hell yes. I learned a lot on my first transaction with mobile homes. But I also made $18,000. Not bad. Not bad. So that was my first one. I'm going to tell you my most recent one because it is a different strategy and, in my opinion, a better strategy. Again, I learned a lot from almost losing my freaking hand. I'm over-exaggerating. It wasn't that bad, but my hand didn't look good. Let's just say that. So my most recent one, I bought this thing for $4,000. It needed some work, but it was livable. The work that it needed was below the mobile home. There was a pinhole leak in a water intake to the toilet. So, that's that braided looking, flexible, I guess, hose. It wasn't PEX, it wasn't nothing crazy. It was a pinhole leak, and it wasn't a huge deal. So I had that going on. This mobile home was old, like 72, 73. And it had, back then, they put these huge, huge air conditioners on top of the mobile homes. Hideous looking, and I don't know if you guys know much about mobile home roofs, but they really aren't constructed to have large, heavy items on them for 50 years. It's just not how they were built. So that was leaking. Water was going through the air conditioner, and it was leaking around the air conditioner on the inside. It was discolored, that whole thing. What else? From that leak, the subfloor directly below the air conditioner was soggy, it was rotten, that needed to be replaced. But it was livable. Oh, and the furnace didn't work. Yikes. So these guys were using electric heat. Not a big deal. I paid $4,000 cash, and I did literally nothing to this mobile home. Again, I crawled under the mobile home. I'll never do that again. Crawled under it. I looked at the leak so that I could describe it. I took a couple pictures of it. So I listed this mobile home, I think, for, I don't know, 15 grand, I think. 15, and then I dropped it to 12. I ended up selling it at 11,000. And I had $4,000 down. You guys see what I'm doing here, right? $4,000 down on owner financing. So the 7,000-ish that I financed it for 3 years, 10-12% interest. I should have probably looked it up before I started talking about it. But guys, I'm getting $300 a month for the next, 3 years, 3.5 years. And I have no maintenance, no responsibility. I have no taxes, no insurance, no utilities, nothing. I got my money out right away, and the $7,000 is being financed over the next couple years. And much like the first one, the guy that I sold it to was like I don't know if I want to call him a handyman, but the guy does construction. So like literally the first week he was there, he not only painted it, he redid all the flooring, fixed the leak, fixed the roof. He remodeled the kitchen, remodeled the bathroom, and remodeled the bedroom. The mobile home now is probably worth 25 grand. And again, I bought it for 4. I got my 4 back at closing, and I get $300 a month cash flow for the next 3 years. If this guy defaults, am I upset? Hell no. Hell no. It'd be like Christmas. I would go take repossession of this mobile home. I've got to give him a 30-day notice, or then 30 days to make it right, that whole thing. But if he defaulted, I'd be out. Not out, but I wouldn't get, my $600. But again, guys, I've already been made whole on this. Every single penny I put into this, I've already made it back right away. So, mobile homes, do not bypass them. Do not overlook them. They're really, really powerful. We've got guys in the kingdom that have bought mobile homes for $1. They had to move them, but that's like between $800 and $1,200 depending on how far you're moving it. And if you've got the right connections, it can even be like as little as $500. So you can buy these things dirt cheap, and if you move them, make sure your mover has some sort of insurance, because if he messes it up, if it falls over, that whole thing, you're going to be a little bit upset, and then you're going to have to figure out a way to clean it up. But make sure they've got insurance, and then you can contact these mobile home parks and see if they have any availability. You can see what their terms are. They've got lot rent, $200, $300, whatever. But guys, there's a lot of power. If I've done 5 of these, which I have, if you guys do 5 of these very, very quickly, not only would you not have spent any money on it. Remember, you put 4 grand up in my scenario. 4 grand up, you got it back. You did it again, got it back. Did it again, got it back. Did it again, got it back. Did it again, got it back 5 times. You're not out any money. And you're getting $1,500 a month in passive income. And you have no maintenance, no headache, no repairs, no taxes, no insurance, no utilities. And if they default, you get it back and you do it again. So guys, that's my little story time with Jordan on mobile homes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't bypass these. Really quick before I end, my favorite way to find them is to develop relationship. Imagine that. Develop relationship with mobile home park owner or manager. They don't want to frickin' deal with these crackheads that aren't paying lot rent. They don't want to go repossess this trailer and clean it out. They don't want to deal with that. Establish great relationships with them, solve a problem, and you can get great deals. As little as free, like me, or $1, like some of the people in the kingdom. But bank on the relationship, establish the relationship, and you're good. What else do we have going on? Really, really quick. We still have a couple more weeks until the 5-week Scaling Academy. If you've not signed up for that, do it ASAP. The website is tkreacademy.com. tkreacademy.com. You've got a couple more weeks. We launch on March 26th. So we got like what, 20 days left? 21 days maybe. All right, guys. Appreciate you.